I started writing And finally, welcome back to the Nexus Esports Playset series here at Nexus Esports on the corner of 6th and Columbus in historic downtown Waco. My co-host Patrick Cosgrove had to go take care of some personal business, but I am joined now with Israel.
Yep.
The person, not the place.
Yeah. So, it should be an exciting match. Zach, really talented player.
Of course, we're coming back with the Red-Black Goblins that we've seen tonight. And his opponent, Milton Nelson, running Bantle. You gave me a quizzical look when I first told you Bantle, so let me...
It's a bit odd.
Yeah, Bant-colored Umbra Mantle using training grounds to reduce the cost so that you can basically infinite tap and pump it to infinite and kill. Are you familiar with Umbra Mantle?
No.
Well, actually, I can fix that problem right now.
I'm very familiar with goblins, though.
So let me actually pull up the big O card here. And there is our glorious Umbra Mantle equipment. Costs 3, equips for 0. And the equipped creature has pay 3 and untap. And the creature gets +2/+2.
So he basically, you buff a creature infinite.
Yeah, because you can reduce that activation cost to 0. With Training Ground, which you're familiar with, I'm guessing.
Right, yeah.
There's also Biomancer's Familiar, which also reduces activation costs.
Okay.
It's a creature. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
It came out in the new Ravnica block.
Guilds?
Yes. Look, it's the first one. Yeah, so Biomancer's Familiar. Yep. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce it to less than 1.
Okay.
So, what are you looking forward to in this round?
Hopefully a lot of aggro play.
I mean, you're going to see aggro. Creatures will be turning sideways.
Yeah.
So who do you think has the advantage here?
I'm gonna bet my cards on Zach, just because I've
seen. Which cards are you gonna bet? I'm actually interested now.
Okay, all right, I bet my chips on Zach.
Woo! Took that one back.
Just because Zach, I've seen the deck run, and God, turn 3 can be really scary. Turn 3 can be, if they're not ready for it.
Wait, weren't you playing this deck the other day?
Yeah, I've played it a couple. Yeah.
Didn't I criticize you for about playing it the other day?
Yes. But we fixed the issues it had, I think.
The deck had, so you still have your issues.
Oh, no, I still have mine. Yeah. No, I definitely don't play it at the level Zach does.
Actually, let me go ahead and get some information from you, Israel. What's your preferred format?
I'm mainly a standard player.
So you heard it here first.
I'm a filthy standard player.
He is a filthy standard player.
Just a tad above commander.
Yes, just a little bit more respect. I do want to point out when I was looking for a co-host, I asked 3 commander players to come co-host. None of them would get up here. Israel at least gave me the time of day. And by time of day, I mean 50 minutes after midnight. So, yay.
Yeah.
By the way, happy Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So oh God, that's a good turn 1. That's Training Grounds coming out turn 1. I think the Goblins has the consistency to overrun Milton, but Milton can get this off as early as turn 3 for an infinite over the top strike.
Okay.
So it really comes down to, can Milton get the combo out in the time? That's Biomancer Familiar.
Yeah. Oof.
That is both reduction effects coming out.
You might have just got the God Hand, dude.
I mean, we're running the London Mulligan rule.
Right.
So combo has basically been king all night. One of our most accomplished players that we have here tonight, Aaron Acosta, ran Amulet Titan. Are you familiar with that deck?
No.
It's a deck that basically can run you over on turn 2. But it was also considered the most inconsistent combo in Modern, even though the whole deck is either about consistency or control. And Aaron Acosta, with the new Mulligan rule, has effectively been able to kill players or lock them out of the game by turn 3, including a very unique take on it where instead of even using the Titan at all, he just locks you out of your lands by using a combination of Microsynth Lattice and the new Karn. You're familiar with Karn the Great Creator?
Yes.
So
he can hit artifacts outside the game.
True, but his static ability that turns off artifacts for your opponent.
Oh, they can't play lands because lands are now artifacts. And
Yes,
Karn
and
kills it.
Yeah, so Mycosynth Lattice turns all the lands into artifacts, and then they can't activate their artifact lands now. Complete mana lock. Although Milton actually beat Acosta
Oh, okay. So all right. So
because he had the creatures already out, so he killed the card and got his lands back and proceeded to run over that deck.
So, in your opinion, who do you think is the underdog here?
Honestly, Honestly, Milton is the underdog.
Milton, yeah.
Right? Zach has the consistency.
Zach, yeah, Zach's a great player.
is that Yu-Gi-Oh? Woo! I'm not sure which one you're talking about here, but no. I am not an anime character, and I don't think Israel is either.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, no, I think Zach has the advantage because the goblins have the consistency.
Yeah.
I think that Milton has, like his entire play is going to come from, you see he has the mantle on the field. He lost his Biomancer's Familiar though, otherwise this would have been a very quick game. One thing to note though is that is a
Mimic.
Inkmoth Nexus. That is a potentially infinite power infect creature coming over the top.
So Zach might actually be able to infinite. If
There's Munition Expert coming.
Oh, okay. He
Is
wants
that
to
Munition Expert coming out?
Yeah, he wants to kill something on his field.
There's nothing to kill on his field.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's not.
No, sorry. He's not playing it. He's tutoring it up into his hand. In that draw power. I see. So let me pull up. No, I see it. It's just it's kind of hard to tell which one it is, isn't it? Actually, I think it's Blinkmoth, which still gives him a 1/1 flyer. That does look right, doesn't it?
Right, yeah.
Looks more blue than purple. So yeah, Blinkmoth Nexus, but it's still the same thing. It's still going to be a flying creature coming out. And in fact, you actually see it, and there he is saying, I am now going to sit here and pump it for stupid. And that looks like it's going to be game.
So. How's it going? Greek Sikin 2. Interesting name. Why are these people playing too?
Sorry, we have to catch up here. Let me actually undock the chat so that we can even see it in the first place. Although I actually just kind of deleted all previous messages, but it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So, no. So to answer your question, actually, I don't.
We're all running tier 5 decks because we're broke, and then 2.
I mean, we're not though, right?
I don't think they're tier 5 decks.
No, we have Arc-like Phoenix up here. We have
there's a Tron.
There's a Tron deck. There's a Amulet Titan. You know that we have some top tier decks, but the decks that made it. This is Milton's own personal jank, and
we actually had about 4 or 5 Arc-like Phoenixes. I beat one of them. Just saying, but yeah, we had a lot of Arc-Light Phoenix.
I'm afraid that's not Armando. Your casters, although casters is not updated properly, your casters tonight for the rest of this, or at least for this round, will be Edward Teague and my good friend Israel here.
Yep. How's it going?
Yep. So, Armando is a punk. I'll go with that. I don't know who Armando is, but I will agree with you simply because I want your views.
Terrible guy. Yeah.
Who is Armando?
I have no idea.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Poor
Might
Armando.
be the nicest guy on there.
Yeah.
Can't really tell with their sideboard.
I like that jerk Zach.
But yeah, Zach's terrible.
Guy with glasses.
I do have glasses. I don't know if I'm a punk or Armando though.
I mean, you're a standard player, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm a punk. Yeah.
No, like you're a standard player.
Yeah.
There's really no synonym. That's just an insult in of itself.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You're true. It's right.
Now, standard. I actually understand the allure of standard, right? Because you don't want to have to constantly deal with the same like high level, like you know. There was a point in Modern where the decks didn't change
Right.
for years. And it literally just came down to the only way we can shake things up is to ban something. Literally, it just slowly kind of devolved.
Mm-hmm. And that would be my one problem with Modern. Just sometimes you just run into the same stuff over and over again.
I mean, you have to give Goblins some credit, right? Like
Goblins is sick. Yeah, Goblins is amazing.
I've seen many Ren editions of Goblins, and
today,
you know,
today was actually interesting. I don't know if we had a tribal humans deck, a tribal merfolk. We had goblins. We had merfolk.
We didn't get the merfolk on. We did get the 5-color humans, and it's weird because they are a tribe, but they're all 5 colors, so it's kind of like it feels weird to call them a tribe.
But it is.
They are.
Yeah, it's a tribe.
Like, somebody finally figured out that humans have every tool in the toolbox.
Humans are kind of good. They're kind of good.
So if you can literally base it not on the color but on the type and purely the type, no. And of course we had
you had spirits.
Elves and with spirits and elves.
Elves actually won the last.
Elves, I do believe is out there, and I can tell you by looking across the room here that they just shook on a game, so they're probably moving to game 2 over there. Spirits is actually in the top 8 as well.
Yeah, we have spirits, goblins.
I'm afraid I don't know how to play Gwent. I only know that it's a thing from The Witcher, and I'm not actually sure why they tried to revive something from The Witcher to turn into a trading card game. But hey, the little advertisement they did for it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so Witcher, amazing game, Gwent.
Hey, you can't. There's only one card game you're allowed to trash talk in here, and that's Yu-Gi-Oh. But no, so God, are we not moving on to game 2 yet?
I guess we're still sideboarding and pile shuffling. So
come on, Zach.
Are we going? Is this 3 out of 5?
No.
Best of 3.
This is best of 3, and it's top 8, top 4 finals.
Okay.
Right. Which I don't know if you want to stick around for the finals. I'm not putting Zach on.
Probably be till. Maybe depends how hungry I get.
Blue Eyes White Dragon is not a card in Magic, sir.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Is it? Maybe. Is there a Blue Eyes?
No, there is not a Blue Eyes White Dragon. There is not a single dragon that has blue eyes. In fact, I don't think there's a single white dragon in the entirety of Magic because we're not a bunch of, Nazis here.
Yeah, that's true. We got a lot of black dragons.
Yeah, we represent the black dragons.
We got some red dragons.
We technically have weird blue dragons. But they're only blue because the color to cast them is blue, and they're not really blue.
Yeah.
And we don't have any green dragons because green's
weird.
They have hydras. We have a red-green dragon. I take it back. There is a dragon with white in its colors. I'm sorry.
Is there?
Yeah, well, first off, you just called out Chromium. I wasn't going to go that far back. I was actually going to just go with Dramoka from the Takir block. But you're right. There's the old Elder Dragons that had white in them. Mm-hmm. There's, I believe, a Naya color one. I don't remember all the Elder Dragons.
Nah, yeah. Just Bolus and Ugin. Good old Eugene.
Who is now resting in a nice place.
Yeah, well.
That book was trash. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that book was bad.
Feel free to trash talk that book all you want on this stream, by the way. We here at Nexus do not support that book. We took that poster down.
I mean,
Jesus Christ, guys. I realize you can London Mulligan, but come on.
I don't think he likes his hand.
I mean, this is kind of what you're going to see with the London Mulligan, right, though? Milton is playing a combo deck. He wants the pieces. He knows Zach's on the play, right? So Zach's going to get play immediately. So, yeah, no.
He puts down an Aether Vial.
Yep, that's coming out fast.
So Zach can actually infinite turn 3. It's just a lot less consistent than Milton's because you have to rely on a card that isn't a goblin. That is Mimic. Choose a creature type. Creatures of that type ETB with a +1/+1 counter. And then you play.
I mean, technically, Greek, it actually popped up few minutes ago, but I don't know. Actually, that's a bit of a leftover from a previous event, but I guess you could still technically donate to the stream if you wanted to. There was Pile Driver coming out turn 2. I'd like to see a turn 1 Goblin as well, or a 1-drop Goblin, maximize the use of that Aether Vial. Although I'm thinking... Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Greek. Oh, we have some more viewers popping up. So, is that Island Sanctuary? That is a Spellskite coming out. You're familiar with Spellskite?
No.
Spellskite is a stupid card. Let me pull it up for you.
You can pay 2 life, right? Or blue mana?
It's pay a Phyrexian blue, which can be paid with 2 life or a blue, and to redirect a target to that creature. It's just a very powerful way of being like, no, you get that one.
Yeah.
Some people have done some really janky things with this. I actually like seeing it versus an Infect Rush deck.
Okay.
Because the dude comes out with their Infect creatures, they're like, I'm doing this. And you're like, cool, I paid 2 life for each of those spells, and they go to my Spellskite instead. Yeah. You just jack everything.
Awesome.
I will let Zach know that you're annoyed that you can't give him money. I'm sure Zach will also be annoyed that you can't give him money. But actually, I was going to look up that card because I think I know what it is. Apparently, I don't know what it is. Sad. Alright, screw it. I'll figure it out later. Oh, I know what it is now. Wow, I feel dumb.
What is it?
It's a Bird of Paradise.
Oh,
a very,
okay.
very old printing of Bird of Paradise.
Taps for mana.
Yep, and yeah, he's put. It looks like he's put Umbra Mantle on it.
Mm-hmm.
So now he needs to get that reduction down with the training grounds, and he can go to town. The real problem is Zach's gonna have to find a way to kill that Spellskite, because if he drops his munitions expert now, Milton just goes 2 life, Spellskite dies instead.
Yeah. Is Aether Vial still at 1?
No, it's at 3.
Oh, okay. Guess we're dealers now?
Apparently.
So cool. I don't know which one he's talking to. But I assume it's me.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's me. But thank you. M key kinky 0.
I'm not sure what Zach's really trying to do here. Like, he
dropped. What? Oh, he's searching for a goblin.
Basically, Pile Driver just ran its 1 damage into Spellskite, which doesn't do anything. There's Munitions Expert coming out. Just going to go, yep,
yeah,
let's go ahead and just not with Spellskite.
Okay, that saves them a lot of trouble,
actually. A little bit, but here's the big problem, right?
So the problem is if he top decks into
a training ground.
Into training ground.
Hmm. I mean, I myself am always winning. But as far as Zach is concerned, he does have a better board state than Milton. But Milton just comes down to a very simple 3-card combos.
Mhm.
So if Milton passes turn at this point, he could lose next turn. So it kind of comes down to what he can do. And the fact that he didn't just immediately throw it out kind of leads me to believe that he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I think he whiffed. I think. And Zach's swinging for it. Not lethal, but it's pretty close. Power Driver gets a +2 for each attacking goblin with him.
Yep. So the real play is what comes out of that Aether Vial and that mana that's currently on the field. So that is a Fun Police. Deputy of Detention.
Sounds like a.
Good old Fun Police over here.
Oh, okay, cool. What's he getting rid of?
I actually missed entirely what it was. Did he put the Skirt Prospector under? I think he put the Skirt Prospector under. Go ahead and take a look at these players. Oh no.
Oh.
Zach's wiping the brow. That's not good. Hmm. The real concern here is that with another creature on the field, that means that Zach now has to worry about
Trades.
well, trades and the fact that there's another creature to put Umber Mantle on, right? Murderous Redcap. Murderous Redcap gets popped, and
Oh, he's going all in. That might actually be lethal.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yep, going to game 3. So well delivered Goblin play there. Clutch.
That was
Kind of clutch Murderous Redcap.
so
to be
he
honest.
actually has been saving the Aether Vial. I didn't see him use it at all until that red cap.
Yeah, it's kind of weird for a Goblin deck that runs so low to the ground. This is the second time I've seen him let it get up to 4, and I'm just like, man. But
But it worked out. So
no, like super clutch. Like
yeah, super.
you're familiar with Murderous Redcap?
Yeah. So he TBs, deals damage to a target and
Equal to
then
his power.
Equal to his power, and then he has persist
Yep.
if he dies. So
So if he dies, comes back
Back
with a
with the
-1/-1, and
-1.
ends up doing 1 damage instead of 2. I mean, sometimes you got to gamble.
I think that's magic. That's kind of the beauty of magic. Sometimes you just gotta.
I mean, that played through in our last playset series
Yeah.
in the semifinals. During round 3 of the game we were watching, Jeremy, who went on to take the whole set,
Right.
was getting some poke damage in on his opponent who's playing Boggles.
Oh.
Are you
fun.
familiar with the Boggles
Right.
deck?
Yeah.
So he's getting in the damage, and he gets in about 10 damage. He's like, you know what, screw it. I have the way, make some mana, sack 5 creatures, Westvale Abbey, transform, swing in for 9, and I gain 9. And it was just like, leaves his opponent at 1 life, and he's sitting at 30, and it's just like, oh my.
Right. Yeah.
But no, it was a gamble because he was playing against the Boggles deck, and in the previous 2 games, he'd seen the paths, he'd seen him come out, and it was like, do I transform Westphal Abbey? Is he holding the path?
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? If he has the path, he has the path. If he doesn't have the path, he doesn't have the path. And it was
Just
like,
swing it.
didn't
He didn't
have
have
the
it.
path. Oh God. Speaking of which, I see Jeremy walking up and around, so he either won or lost. I realize that it's kind of obvious that he has to fulfill one of those 2 conditions.
Yeah.
But I want you to.
I would have never guessed.
I want you to understand that I do have a soft spot for Jeremy taking this tournament only because it would be funny to take things back to back. I love a good drama as much as anybody.
I wouldn't want Jeremy to win, not because it's him or else, but just because I don't like streaks.
You don't like streaks?
I don't like people to be like.
You don't like back-to-back Super Bowl wins?
As long as the Cowboys aren't winning, I'm okay.
Oh! Oh! I mean, it's fair, but back in the day, oh! You hurt my childhood with that one.
I'd rather I like an underdog story.
I mean, everybody loves a good underdog story, but I don't think we have any underdogs in our top 8.
No.
Zach might be our most underdoggy. That or Milton, because Milton's running his own flavor of jank, and it's winning. Like, he came to one of our F&Ms with this deck. He's like, I'm just trying something. And, you know, when it happened, it was like, whoa!
It ran, yeah.
That's a thing. And he's been refining it and refining it and refining it, and now it's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to actually finish that sentence. Let's just say it's a very pure sugar.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to seeing how this top 8 fans out, because the last time we had a top 8, the top 8 ended up not top 8ing. It was a 1K tournament, and the top 8 just simply said, "Hey, everybody want to go home?" And they split the grand prize 8 ways. I was not happy.
Wow.
But I mean, it's not really like they can here.
Democracy.
Unless they want to start ripping their Scalding Tarns in half. Everybody gets half a Scalding Tarn.
Yeah.
That is, by the way, for everyone who is kind of just tuning in a little bit, the grand prize tonight is a playset of Scalding Tarns, approximately $320 in value. What would you do with $320 right now?
You know, I think I would either force myself to use them in a deck because it's $320 of value, or trade. I don't think I could sell them.
So we see Zach coming out with the Aether Vial.
I'm glad we didn't have another 10-minute sideboard. Good.
Spell Sky coming out. That's a Mutavault. By the way, I was referencing a deck earlier tonight. Well, we were on the other stream, unfortunately. But a deck that Zach had to borrow a few choice cards for. This is actually the deck. He had to borrow a playset of Aether Vials, Mutavaults, and Cavern of Souls.
He definitely told me about that.
I was like, whoa.
That's a lot to borrow.
You know, just a couple of easy cards,
borrow,
you know? Yeah. You can let me hold on to those for a few hours. I'd have that written in a contract, written in blood.
Yeah, I don't know how he got them all, but he got them.
Skirt Prospector coming out. I'm actually surprised he didn't use the Aether Vial to just get it in.
He might have another play off of it.
Maybe he just drew the Skirt Prospector.
Probably.
Now we have Biomancer's Familiar out as well. It's a spell Skite. So we kind of get to set up a little bit here. And there is the... Is that the Fun Police?
No.
Oh no! Zach, don't grab the face. Zach has a habit of grabbing his face.
Yeah. Stress.
Zach's always stressed.
Yeah, Zach's always stressed.
Zach's literally never not stressed, people.
Or not busy.
Like, if you see Zach, he is stressed. If he's asleep, he's stressed.
Yeah.
He stress sleeps.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Alright, Munitions Expert coming out. Looks like he's going to shoot at Biomancer Familiar. Force Milton to pay the 2 life. It's actually not a bad play, because...
He's, like, stalking him almost.
Yeah, and... It should kill the Spellskite?
No, because he's only taking... Oh, wait. No, it should only do 2 damage to Spellskite.
Isn't Spellskite only a 0-2?
It's a 0-4. Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna apologize.
No,
you got me there.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, it's a 0-4 for 2. The wall.
I guess he was just kind of going with what he could.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't obviously a deputy of detention. But whatever it was did in fact destroy. I think it's that knight from the Guilds of Ravnica, the one that can either enter with a +1/+1 counter or basically neutralize.
I don't know the name.
But yeah, he destroyed the Aether Ball, and he's just like, I got to get something out. There's a path.
Oh. This is actually not looking very good for Zach.
That is a walking ballista for 1. Oh no, Zach took damage. You know, it's funny with Biomancer's Familiar and Training Grounds, you can actually cut the cost of putting the +1/+1 counters on the walking ballista to 0.
That's crazy.
And then you're just like, and plus it up and strip him.
Yeah.
I mean, as it is, if I have this correct. I mean, as it is right now, it only costs 2 to put the counter on. So there's a lot you could do with that.
I'm trying to think of a way Zach can get the upper hand here, but he. This is turn 4, right?
I believe so.
I don't think they've missed a land drop. Yeah.
Well, Zach has missed a land drop. So this is player 2, turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Biomancer's Familiar. So right now, that costs 1. Aside from Edward Teague being one of your casters tonight, I brought on a guest, Mr. Israel here.
How's it going? But yeah, I guess Edward would be the.
Yeah. I mean, I could change it.
No.
Want to be more than a guest?
Nah, that's fine.
Permanent edition?
No, I don't know if I'll stay more in this game, to be honest.
Oh, God, I'm going to have to find another co-host.
Get those,
But yeah, no, so right now we're in a position, he just taps some mana, puts a plus counter on it, strips the counter, and kills something. Like, that's strong.
Oh, he dealt 2 damage to it.
Activated the ability. In response, he killed the ballista. That's kind of where we're at. Zach's going to definitely need to get some play here. Come on, Zach, what you got? Actually, he kind of missed an opportunity. If he was going to lose the thing anyway, he might as well have pulled the extra counter off and threw it at Zach. And by that, I mean actually picked up the dice and threw it at Zach. Do not throw things across the table during a Magic game, ladies and gentlemen. That is incredibly disrespectful.
And might actually get disqualified for it if you just throw stuff.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Grab
your deck box, have a little fun with that.
Well, actually, I was obviously not in a tournament setting, but I was playing a game against particularly.
What's the word?
I don't want to say the word.
Okay.
Let's just say he did not grow up with traditional mannerisms.
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
Not saying the word.
Threw something at you?
He desired to see one of my cards after I countered a particular play of his.
Mm-hmm.
Not with an actual counter, but just like, oh, I'm going to destroy that as it comes in. He's like, can I see that? Sure, man. Here you go.
Oh, no.
Like, he read it, and he just, like, made a face and flicked it at me. Now, I was going to get upset, but my good friend, Chance, who has chimed in on our streams before, actually got angry for me.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't have to get angry. This is good. This is very good.
Good, yeah. You dealt with it.
So that is a Goblin Chieftain coming out. All of Zach's Gobos have haste.
And a +1/+1.
But it won't matter because that's a Tinker Mage making a dude. Or not dude, Umbral Mantle coming out. Oh, God. Okay, so here's the plus side. So Biomancer's Familiar can't actually reduce the cost to less than 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
he still has to pay mana.
Yeah. He can still make a big creature, but he can't make a infinitely big creature. Which buys Zach a little time. But I don't think he's good. Like, he needs to start, like, blowing up Milton's field.
Yeah.
This is a complete reversal of last round where we saw Zach having a stacked field. Now we have Milton having a stacked field. He's just going to swing in for damage. Like, he doesn't need to have a big field at this point. I mean, I actually am kind of an opponent to like free thought. I don't actually want people to think for them.
Yeah, no, I think
hard to control free thinkers.
Yeah.
You have to kind of like,
yeah,
apply the physical pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But no, by all means, if you would like to think for yourself. It looks like yep, there goes Gobby. Gobby Chieftain.
This might actually just be him, dude.
Yeah, I
don't see Zach outvaluing his board.
No. I mean,
I don't know there's a card in his deck that outvalue that.
Probably not. Oh no, he's doing the hand thing again. No, don't do that.
I think
I actually wanted to try to like pronounce this name. Is it Miki Chiki? Miki Chiminki? Miki Kaminki.
Oh, you know what? Minky Kaminki.
Miki Kaminki D0. Crazy. It's a band mantle. Or, sorry, Umber Mantle. I want to call it band mantle because it just sounds so good.
Yeah.
I mean, the deck is band mantle.
They're not impressed. I don't think they're impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Conditions
Expert coming out. Okay, I see.
Okay, he used a munitions goblin
to blow up the other.
And then he played a Mutavault to make it a goblin.
God.
Oh. Milton's just got gas, dude.
What you got, Zach? I mean, is the suspense killing anyone else? Because it's kind of killing me.
Yeah, I don't. I just. Oh man, this is rough. I think.
Respect. Like playing it out all the way out, not willing to just go. It looks like it's probably going to be a loss.
Yeah.
Being like, no, you know what? Let's actually try to win this down to the very last point of life. Make them work for it.
I think
this is the last game of this round.
Yeah.
Like we actually caught the final one.
Yeah, Zach's holding on. I don't think Zach It's rough. I think Milton's sitting really comfortable.
I mean, he looks really comfortable.
Yeah, he looks really comfortable. I think
He just kind of got them hands in his lap, just like, eh.
whatever. Hey, look, they love me.
My new commentator, special guest, Israel over here.
People champ.
The people's champ. I think you're champing at standard.
Yeah, I've yet to. Probably shouldn't say that.
Oh. Come on, Zach, what you got?
Oh, Zach's slow rolling us.
That's a land.
He's gonna ping himself for 2 for a blood. Oh, he's gonna ping himself for 3.
Now he might go for just a basic. He's got the black that he needs.
He's gonna go search. I don't know what he. Because Milton's threatening lethal, right? Next turn.
Oh, very much so.
So, unless he's just looking for bodies to block.
That's a possibility.
I was actually expecting another munitions.
Floop the pig. I don't even know what that means. That sounds awesome.
It's an Adventure Time reference. They play a card game called Card Wars. So in one episode he says, "I flooped the pig." And it's the reference off the card game in the show, which is an actual competitive card game.
Ooh. People will play anything.
Yeah,
nowadays.
they play Yu-Gi-Oh. So
that's true.
Yeah.
We haven't had standards since the 90s, or I guess 2000s.
Okay,
yep, there's it is. Not much you can do about it. Good showing by Zach. Way to take it down to nearly the last minute, to be honest. We're 7 minutes to the end of the round.
Yeah,
but good show by Milton. His jank is really pushing strong.
His jank is it's kind of insane, actually. His draws are actually insane that last game.
The jank is strong.
The jank is strong, yeah. No, hey, but not to discredit him. The deck
he's
a great player. Yeah, he's a great player.
So that'll be, I think, it for the first. I guess what are you going to call it? The semifinals and quarterfinals and then finals. Let's call it like that.
Well, it's quarterfinals and semifinals.
Is it?
Because quarters are before semis.
So it's the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
All right, we'll call this the quarterfinals. This is the end of the top 8 round. We'll be moving into the top 4 round shortly. Stay with us because we will be right back here in just a few minutes. We have been your casters here at Nexus Esports. Edward Teague.
Israel.
All right, thank you, Israel, for being with me. And I'm going to see if I can
fun.
find another caster because you apparently want to go.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We are back here at Nexus Esports. I have my long lost co-host here, Raymond Miller.
Hey, it's good to be back. I was here for the last play set. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cast much of this one except for sitting here at the top 4.
Wow. And hey, look, we're almost back exactly where we were last time with Jeremy Schultz in the top 4.
Yes, playing against Anthony in his mono red Phoenix deck. I've seen this deck. I'm actually building it myself. It's a very, very fast deck. It'll be fun to watch to see his lords versus the speed of this deck. See if he can able to, sustain out.
It's basically just a big like brawling match between these two because it's going to be damage to your face, no damage to your face. I got little poggers going on in chat right now. Hello, guys.
Hey, how's it going? Hopefully we can get this thing going and just see some face wreckage. Face wreckage. That's gonna be the best thing.
I want somebody to reach across this table and slap somebody else and be like, "That was damage."
That was damage.
Actually, that would probably be bad because the unfortunate one sitting there on the left, Anthony here, he's actually a fairly young player, so I'd hate for one of our older players to accidentally strike him and we'd be in a terrible lawsuit.
Yeah, it'd be very, very sad sight to see. Yeah, so Jeremy was actually up here. Yeah, he won the last playset series of those nobles who my good friend Corey yoinked and put inside of his Banned Spirits deck. He recently finished his Banned Spirits deck. And I was actually able to secure his last fetch land for him today so he could play. Corey, since you snuck into the room on us, why don't you lean in and say hi?
How's it going?
All right. No, yeah, I'm just excited. Hopefully, let's see what the first draws bring. Any mulligans yet?
By the way, Corey, are you going to take those Tarns this time?
No, I have no plans for those. Pretty much, if me or Jeremy won them, our plan was either just sit them in the binder or loan them to Ray.
Is it Phoenix?
Oh, good old Is it Phoenix. Although I got kind of wonder because Mono Red Phoenix is coming, it's coming through with a vengeance. It's kind of like, why bother building Is it when you could just build Mono Red?
But if you look across the meta and a lot of the Pro Tours and the Grand Prix and everywhere, Is it is the stronger deck. It's Is it in humans everywhere.
I do want to point out that Elves won it last time, and Elves is coming strong this time. Isn't that the old Atlanta War?
Mm-hmm.
God, that is an old card.
That is a very old card with the white border. You gotta love it. He already ditched the Phoenix into his graveyard.
As well as Mortar, right?
Yep. So yeah, getting some good tempo. Hopefully he's got, get that thing out there by turn 3 so that way he can pop off or maybe even hit a Manamorphose. Boom, light up the stage.
Looks like they may be using dice instead of that.
Thank you. So, Ray, you haven't been here all night, but you have been working the front counter, so you have been following for the most part. So what has your opinion been of our showing tonight?
The showing tonight? I feel like we've done rather fair, just working through the motions, I guess I should say. As far as the a range of decks that I saw, there's there's been a lot of everything that you've seen. A lot of the top tier decks that came through. Oh man, like even seeing Karn the Great Creator is just going everywhere in everything.
A universal one-sided Stony Silence with extra effects.
It's nasty. It's a guy's running an Amulet Titan tonight. It's insane.
Yeah, we actually talked about the option of running Karn with Lattice before, but now you don't even have to worry about it. Like he just ran it. It's like, yep, you're locked out.
There's not much you can do. Phoenix coming in for some damage from last turn with some untap action and land for turn, tapping for 1. Spear.
Manamorphose.
Loading 2 red. I am sure. Drawing. See what he can do with this too.
Flick them cards. Flick them cards.
Get them going. I know I've been accused of card flicking before on the stream, so I can't say much. I still do it.
He played a dork. It hurts him. Fool.
He's a fool.
You failed me for the last time. Right, am I seeing damage come through here?
Like he's turning them sideways. Not too sure. I think he only has. I don't even think he has a Prowess trigger on that.
No, he does. He casts the Manamorph after the Spear into play.
Right.
So that does do that.
with this matchup, that's the only thing because we know Jeremy's pocket play, right? We've seen it last time. We've seen it last month with the Westville Abbey. That's the only thing that he's going to have to deal with Flyers if he's able to get it out.
It's already on the field too.
Yes, it is already on the field. He told me he's able to do it turn 3. Oh.
That's a clan caller.
It is.
Let's get bigger. So our life counter actually died out there. We'll have to try to get that fixed, but for now, we'll try to just keep a rough estimate of life.
Alrighty.
So, by the way, while we're kind of waiting to see what they do, what'd you think of that band mantle? How far it's made?
Because I was actually talking to quite a few people out there today about Milton's Bat Mantle deck, and oh man, I love the way it evolved. Because if you remember, I remember the first iteration of it. I played here at F&M against it with my A-Rag deck, and beat him down severely. I didn't know what was coming, game 1, but I beat him pretty harshly. Game 2 and 3, that thing's come a long way, and it is nasty to have that turn 3 win.
Oh yeah, and I think he actually got it off right here on the stream tonight. He actually got a turn 3 straight out Bant Mantle. Looks like I think that's actually gonna be Anthony taking it game 1.
Too much aggro, too fast. I guess that is the thing with Lording Elves, that if you're not on the play, if you're not able to get them down and slam them down and swing and get that damage in, that's just the thing. Is it going to be able to lose the tempo? Because as large as the deck is, how fast can it be to keep up with damage? Don't get me wrong, that thing can chunk whenever it needs to, but the mono red Phoenix deck is just so tempo based. It can deal 12 damage on turn 2, and that's just scary. It's a scary thing to happen.
That being said, Phoenixes does have a couple of really hard counters. Anything that can consistently hurt graveyard play, because it is effectively a graveyard deck. So I actually want to turn it over and ask an opinion. Do you have any idea what possible sideboard options we could be looking at?
Absolutely. I know Jeremy's deck very well. Jeremy is definitely running. He's running 3 surgical extractions sideboard, so he's absolutely bringing those in. And he's been telling me that lately he's been running in abrupt decays as well every time he plays Is It Phoenix. It's a very good matchup for him with those cards. So with surgical extraction, the first thing he wants to do is turn 1, they ditch those Phoenix, and he immediately surgical extraction.
Yeah, just boom it out. Yeah.
That's his main play right there.
And then with the abrupt decay, he can start hitting other main priorities on the triggers as damage comes through with the prowess. So it's very nice to see that. Is he running any Tormod's Crypt or anything like that sideboarded? Any other just direct graveyard hate?
No, I believe the only graveyard hate he is running is surgical extractions. He may be running Grafdigger's Cage, but I'm not 100% sure there. He doesn't really want Grafdigger's Cage too much because he runs Coco's. So that is definitely a card that he's trying to avoid, but he might be looking into as well.
Okay. Now, is he playsetting Coco's?
Yes, he plays sets Coco's, and then he plays 3 of the Lead the Stampede as well, main board, and 1 sideboard. So he has the draw power there. But really, that last game, it looked like the early elf kill. I think he killed a Llanowar very early on, and that sets Jeremy back, because if he had that Llanowar, he played the Heritage Druid and would have been able to drop a 3-drop turn 2. So, but that's definitely. And the Anthony seems to know exactly what to kill and when to kill. See how this next game goes.
Yeah, that is the thing. Can the tempo come through? Because I was playing against Zach's Goblin deck the other day, just play testing against my Mono Phoenix deck. I was able to lock him out because I was able to identify the problems that solidify with that deck. And Phoenix does have its form of removal. If you can sit there and have a decent hand and kill the things that are the problem, then you can sit back on your combo and still bring in and rush into a lot of damage still with the Red Phoenix deck as well. So it's not just a rush deck. You can also sit back on certain things with the right type of hand.
I mean, that's what gave the Is It Phoenix so much power was that it was an incredibly versatile deck for a deck that should theoretically just be draw cards, deal damage.
Right.
But it actually came out super versatile. You remember Sam Morrison?
Yes.
And just the plays that he could accomplish. He played against the Death Shadow deck that one time, and it literally came down to a card in hand.
Yeah, I remember I've played against his Phoenix deck before with my 8-rack. I had Leyline of the Void out, and turn 0, Leylined it, and I'm sitting here thinking, I got your answers. What you gonna do? Pound me in the face?
Yep.
Didn't matter. So it's still Phoenix is such a versatile deck. There are so many plays that you can pull out on that a lot of people don't see the wide range of it. Like I said, sometimes just sitting back on your combo and just bursting.
That is some speed coming out there. That is turn 2, 4 elves in play.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so a little bit of a faster start for Jeremy today.
If I was Anthony right now, I'd be a little bit worried about why am I dealing with all these elves right now?
Right, because you only have so many burn spells. Because if he has a Bedlam Reveler, then it wouldn't be too much of a problem to get rid of the problems, get rid of the lords, get rid of the dorks, and then Bedlam to refill your hand with things. But because it would also get the Phoenix inside of the graveyard. But like you said, you should expect graveyard hate to come at you at any point in time, especially in games 2 or 3.
He's got to be a little worried right now. I wonder if Anthony's expecting the counter that we talked about, the surgical extraction, which is why he hasn't just moved immediately into hand dumping. But
we could see a hard casted Phoenix here.
That's Soul Scour Mage.
Looks like it. Yep.
That's a light up the stage.
Yep. Exiling 2 off the top. You can play until the end of your next turn. So with card flicking enabled, let's see what Jeremy pulls out the bag.
That's Coco. Top 6. I think I saw a Clan Caller.
Boy.
Oh. I'm not even sure what that second card is. What is that second card?
I can't really see it too well. I know he pulled a Lord. All that scary stuff.
Did his life total just go up?
Like it.
Urgh.
Worst thing you can see is a burn deck. Because that's what Red Phoenix is at its core, is a burn deck, right? With a little bit of aggro action into it with the Phoenix and the Bedlam and the Prowess triggers. But that's the worst thing you can see, is to see your opponent start gaining life. It's scary, because now you're starting to have to deal with it and try to play catch up essentially. It's a problem that I've seen with my Phoenix deck, consistently trying to catch up, and that's one of the reasons why I've decided to take Aria of Flame out. Because yes, you can sit there and deal so much more damage, but giving my opponent 10 life, it's such a situational card that it just doesn't have a place.
I mean, the Aria of Flame definitely is something you have to set up ahead of time, and it's probably too slow for the setup, right? We talked about the Ferocidon being a way to stop the life gain, which would work if it wasn't for the fact that it's already a 3-mana thing to do.
Because by then I could be comboing, burning, and doing other things instead, doing what my deck is meant to do. So, that gut shot coming out, or did he definitely hit the door? Lord, excuse me.
I mean, yeah.
This game's turning out quite different. Looks like he's turning 2 things sideways. He's going to shine them up real nice. Yep, Jeremy took game 2.
What was that?
I'm not too sure what it was that he dropped, but you could definitely tell he swung very, very wide.
Let me get an answer on that one. Also, I'm going to try to get the tablet plugged in so we can get a proper totaling of the life totals.
Yeah, we'll go to a quick intermission here. We'll be right back with you. So we just got word back in from the play. It was Shaman of the Pack that came in, and he swung very wide for a lot of damage. So, Corey, what do you think your brother's looking to do here for Game 3?
The exact same plan. He's definitely gonna try and still just get rid of the Phoenixes. He doesn't have very many options for it. His goal is just get rid of the Phoenixes and hope that he has enough elves to swing through.
Yeah. So with that being said, and getting rid of the Phoenixes, I mean, obviously he didn't draw into a surgical extraction. I think in this case, extirpate may be a little bit of a better answer.
Well, I can tell you,
Ray, you know the pass.
well, unfortunately, he does not have extirpates, or he may use them. All I know is he has 3 surgical extractions.
Because that could be something that you could use and force them to dump their hand, thinking that they're getting the combo off, is to sit there combo, right? And then extirpate, split second them, and allow before the trigger hits to get it out of the graveyard and hit everything out.
Yeah, very possible for sure. I think he more plans for Is It Phoenix than Mono Red Phoenix. We haven't really played too much Mono Red Phoenix. Really, Is It Phoenix is bigger issue for elves, simply for Thing in the Ice. It
Right.
bounces all the creatures. But Mono Red, he's more worried. He also is very worried about them just knowing the targets, and it burns all his elvish archdruids. That's his main goal. He once said that if you kill that, he loses.
Yeah. Getting rid of the main lord is definitely a problem. But he still has some nasty things in his pocket that he can try to pull off this next round and try to make it off into the finals yet again. We're really excited for him, so hopefully he can keep things going. Welcoming back Edward Teague into the casting room again.
I thank you for you gentlemen keeping the audience entertained. Yeah, we got the tablet up and we should be able to get the live totals up.
Well, thank you for hitting with that big yeet stick of yours.
Oh God, I'm losing viewers. What am I going to do? Probably because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Who wants to stay up at 1 o'clock in the morning playing Magic, right?
I've been guilty of on occasion or two.
For reals. Speaking of staying up till late playing Magic, we also have something coming at us early tomorrow. Raymond, what do we got tomorrow?
We have a Legacy 1K starting at noon.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go home and go to sleep.
We're really excited for it. It's it's gonna be our first Legacy 1K that we're holding here at Nexus. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be here for the part of that, but just still just very excited to see the nasty turn 0 plays of Legacy. I'll definitely be watching home from stream though.
And I will be here with my siren voice, calling out all the things that I do not know about Legacy.
Yeah.
And it should be hilarious. I will make a fool of myself, more so than I did tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's not hard, Teague. The bar is low. But thankfully, we still love you dearly, and we always want you back.
Hey, speak for yourself. I don't want me back. Oh, God. Super good start coming out here.
It's a very, very fast tempo pace.
Actually, let me take that back a little bit. Without that second land drop, that means this Faithless Looting is the only thing he's doing this turn.
Wow.
Unless he drew a land.
And
Phoenix, and if it was a Phoenix, we'd know. Really?
oh,
Dumping a land. Okay. Well, what other... There isn't a land.
yeah.
Wait, what did you just do? Did he just say pass go?
He did say pass go. He didn't want to swing through the mana dork. That Elvish Mystic has some scary boys.
I mean, to be fair, like, elves can be scary.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
So I've been told that he just has that red-white land in there. I'm not too sure if he actually has anything sideboarded.
Got a good shot.
Looked like it.
Oh. That's the second spell this turn.
Well, that was a single gut shot, but I didn't see Jeremy's life total go down. There's a third. And trigger with the
On
swing.
a turn 2. Very well done.
That was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too sure what that second spell was if it wasn't for a gut shot. I'm pretty sure he probably would have just hit the mana dork instead of him. Oh.
That's an overcharged druid.
A lot of value off of that. But is he going to be able to pull a head off of that and stabilize and out damage what's coming at him?
Jeremy's enjoying himself, as you can see over there from the camera view. I mean, as much as that was a really good turn too, the pressure is kind of on Anthony at this point. Jeremy's building a board state, and Anthony's not really going to be able to do anything about it. If he doesn't get that Archdruid off the field, this is a lot of mana coming out next turn.
It really is, and it's just a lot of damage that's coming with those lords. It's going to be disgusting to see what happens.
There's dealing with that.
Yeah, so he's going to have to start targeting his burn spells towards the creatures on the board and swinging. Looks like he's just going to take it. All right, go all the way down to 14. Was that 6 damage? Down to 10. All right. So, Jeremy, yeah, he all the way down to 7 life. It's going to come down to this. You know, it's really tough because 7 life is kill range for a burn deck like this. But he's going to have to come with something. So he definitely took all that to the face. Didn't block anything.
Well, I don't think he could. He tapped everything down.
Looks like, does he only have 1 card in hand for Anthony? If he has 1 card in hand, he has a little bit of problem. Because he's not going to be able to do much. He can still potentially deal 6 and put him at 1. Oh, 2 cards. Okay, so he could have game in next hand on his next turn. So I mean.
That is a Coco coming out.
Oh God. Be nice to see. Would have been nice to see a Westville Abbey play.
That is not what you want to see in this particular situation.
Not for Coco.
That's another Coco coming out.
He put in 2 Land of Wars, right?
Yeah.
Are they not affected by summoning sickness for the mana?
No, because it's the creature that taps them down. I do believe. Heritage Creature taps down the elves for the mana. Got card flicking, man.
A lot of card flicking. I think I see another Phoenix in hand.
He's trying to think of a way to get it into the graveyard. Get it into play, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Turn. I'm gonna guess that he did a tormenting voice there and didn't have the Phoenix. He probably drew into the Phoenix. Otherwise, that Phoenix would definitely be in that graveyard right now. You know what would be great? Westville Abbey play. He gets it out, it would be safe. But, you know, either he's going to have lethal or he doesn't. I think at this point, Anthony just needs to target him with his spells. Don't even worry about the lords or anything like that. Just trust his deck to top deck into a burn spell.
Well, he's a little worried. Like,
oh yeah, that's a lot on the table. A lot on the table. I mean, sure, he whiffed with the mana dorks, but he's still going to get lord effects with good value when he swings out next turn.
Phoenix is only 3 damage.
It's a 3/2.
Only 1 spell on the stack right now. Or sorry, not stack, but 1 spell cast this turn.
We know he has 1 in hand. Okay, so that was a fiery islet that let him draw the card. Now, I thought you had to pay one to sack it. IS.
No, he had 2 floating mana, remember?
Yeah.
So right now he has 1 floating mana. And he's used another mana to cast Swift Spear.
Put him at 4. Oh, that's a big board. Oh my goodness.
So he's going to go and pop a land.
Turn them sideways, boys.
He has a mana open. That leads me to believe he has an option here.
For 1?
Well, 2, technically. He has the elf and the land.
Well, it's declare blocks. What could you have used to gain life?
What are those 2 cards?
Hmm. Uh-oh. Phoenix Deck may be in trouble. He didn't. Wings? Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was a good game. Well, Phoenix Deck looks like he took it, just off the hair from the top deck for the win. And hey, it's a nasty deck. It's a very fast deck, and it can be fairly consistent.
I think he was trying to go for a bit of a fake out there with the 2 cards. Like, hey, I've left 2 men open. What you got? But, it didn't quite come through.
Yeah, just use that Phyrexian mana, even after being tapped out, just to hit you for 1. It can be the win. But, good showing for Jeremy tonight. He did everything that he could. Like I said, he just
didn't get any of the early, he just didn't get the surgicals that he needed.
Yeah. Didn't get down to one of them, otherwise he probably would have taken that just by getting rid of the Phoenix by itself and turned this thing into a burn deck. But Prowler's triggers are still quite nasty. All right, well, thank you guys for sticking with us. We're going to go on and wrap this up, and we're going to get to the grand finals here.
Oh, yeah. So it should be pretty exciting. Anthony versus the winner of whatever that is going on over there. Stick with us. We will be back here in a few minutes, and we will know our final 2 contenders for this playset series.
Yep, we'll be back with you shortly.
Stick with us. And we are back for the final round of the finals here at Nexus Esports Playset Series. Once again, your casters, Edward T.
And Raymond Miller. Yep, we get to see good old Anthony at Mono Red Phoenix deck versus Robert Toops and Titan.
Like, it's actually a little weird that we've come full circle here, and we've come back to Valakut, the red-green, the thing that stomped out around Modern for so long. Kind of never the best deck, but never bad.
Right, you would see it win here and there, but never at a top event. Where it's always top 8 all over the place. Whenever I first started hard following the meta, I saw this thing all the time. I played with it, I played against it because we owned this deck, and I was just never impressed. I don't know, it's just not me, I guess. But
it comes through.
Strong.
It comes through with the one resource that you need in Modern, which is you need damage applied to face quickly. And it does that. It does it all in one big burst. And it has some versatility in there. I've watched Valakut cannon minions off the field, just like, you know what? That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. And you're like, wait, hey, stop.
Or the sweltering sun.
That too.
Very, very, very good work early on. Can be a lot. You can change a lot of things early on with that. But it's still nasty. It's still really good. I know it's runs Summoner's Pact, of course the Primetime package, of course the Escape Shift into the Valakut triggers. It's just it's a solid deck, and you use your Lightning Bolts. You don't use your Lightning Bolts for damage to player. You use it as spot removal to get rid of issues that are causing you problems. So we'll just have to see how it goes and see that the tempo. I really, the sideboard would have to come down to life gain. If he doesn't, I know he has recursion removal inside of his sideboard, but he's going to need some sort of life gain. But the way that Anthony's been running his Phoenix deck tonight, it's been very fast, very sudden.
Anthony's definitely got the advantage when it comes to tempo. We saw last game, turn 2 Phoenixes coming out. If he'd gotten even any more Phoenixes out, that game would have been so completely one-sided.
Yeah.
Just imagining him being able to do that again on turn 2, but being able to dump multiple Phoenixes, that's going to be the end of Toots pretty quick. I'll admit I'm kind of rooting for Toots a little bit on this one because just a little coming back into Magic after a bit of an extended away from competitive.
Yeah. The last couple of tournaments he was here, he came close to making top 8. I don't think he top 8'd inside the Playset series. I do not believe he did.
We didn't top 8. We only top 4'd with the last Playset series.
Oh, you are right. So he made it top 8. Either way, he still didn't make it very far. And then, of course, the last couple of FNMs that he showed up and played, he had the unfortunate time of running into my 8-rack those times and wasn't ready to tempo off against it. 8-rack's a very gimmicky deck, very strong and can be fast too. But if you're just not prepared for it, it's just going to take you by surprise and just win.
We see Tubes taking advantage of that London Mulligan rule, looking for the pieces he needs initially and not really getting. That rule is so powerful. It's basically been the predominant factor here tonight at Nexus Esports. The ability to simply go, these are the cards I need, these are the cards I need, and you're not really limiting yourself on draw power there.
So my question, what do you file Titan Shift under, or Valakut, whatever you want to call the deck? What do you call this? Would you call it a combo?
It's definitely a combo deck in that it has cards that work in tandem to make big plays.
Right.
The fact of the matter is the damage comes through in bursts, but never, with the one exception being the huge Escape Shift play. Mm-hmm. It never comes out with the absolute burst, the one shot, right? Because most combos are I win now, right? Valakut's weird because it comes through with that damage.
Speaking of Valakut, turn 1.
It comes through with the damage, but it only comes through, how to put it? It can come through in short, steady bursts, which means that it can apply a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure, but at the same time, you've seen the pressure that's already being applied to him as it is. Because here's the issue that you're seeing, right? Turn 2, nothing. Look at the turn 2 from the Phoenix deck.
All right, Anthony's come out strong. 11 damage by turn 2.
Or 9. But
9.
Yeah, but still, either way, it's still nasty. See, he's just throwing it down, passing turn. I'm just not too sure he's going to be fast enough, man.
That's lethal with one more spell, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Has it. On to the next game. Turn 3.
Pretty sure that's why Anthony was sitting there primmed and pretty right there. He drew the God Hand. I have 20 damage by turn 3. Can you stop it? And unfortunately, while Tube's deck will shit out the damage, it doesn't really have the answer.
That's the thing, though, right? Because he needs to have the spot removal for whenever those Phoenixes come through. You have to immediately, because you can't play on the stack with a Swift Spear. You can't, because then you're just going to stack it again and just make it bigger so your removal is wasted. You can't do the same thing with Bedlam Reveler because I believe it has a 3/4 on the butt, and the only thing to deal with would be the actual Phoenix itself. So that's why I say life gain is the best way to deal with it.
You can deal with the things like Swiss Spear, the prowess creatures by dealing with timing. It is technically a trigger that it gains the counter. So if you can respond for the trigger's resolution, it won't gain. Well, not sorry, the counter, but the pump. If you can respond before the pump is finished, I do think you can kill it on the stack. But you do have to be careful, right? You are correct. You have to do it as a matter of timing, because if they bury it, they pump the creature, and they pump it out of they bump it out of bolt range, and then you can't kill it.
Mm-hmm. But that's just 3 spells.
Yep. I mean, literally, a turn 1 bolts to the turn 1 Swiss Spear is a way to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong. I'm just saying by that point in the time, but that I think it was on turn 3. It was too late.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting to see how metas affect players versus the other way around, right?
Right.
The amount of direct damage that comes through, you would almost think that somebody who basically has the versatility to limit the damage they take or to just gain life would dominate in a meta that's predominantly damage. But it seems that what actually happens is it just becomes a contest. Rather than trying to prevent you from doing 20 damage to me, I'm just trying to do 20 damage to you before you can do the 20 damage to me.
Right, and that's the whole thing, because the entire meta has switched to just recursion completely. The Carrion Feeder deck that's out there, Hogak that's out there, Phoenix.
Is Hogak recovering from the Bridge from Below ban?
Yeah, he's still doing very strong. Bridge from Below trigger isn't an option anymore, but it's still being played. There's still easy recursion in Golgari colors. I mean, you know it very well. That's why I said that's just what it is. Every single deck is sideboarding Graveyard Hate.
And between graveyard mechanics and direct damage, it makes for a very lethal combo. It's amazing to think that Red has become the most powerful graveyard deck to some extent. Like,
yeah,
it's like wait, Red doesn't do that. Oh, Red does that.
Red does that. You know, it's like you said, Red has got a form of control, but at the same time, I mean, it has all the answers in a solid package that you need in just a form of Red all by itself. I
do worry though. If you're familiar with not lore history, but Magic's release history, there was once a set they printed, excuse me, that changed the colors, if you will. Sure, man. What can I help you with? We're in the chat. Ghosts. I can't. How do you say that name?
I don't know. Diostin?
We'll go with that.
But yeah, you know, another option is not just life gain that you could do. A Leyline of Sanctity would do a lot.
True. For both of these players, to be honest.
Yeah.
Though it becomes which player can.
Yes, we do know Commander.
Yes, he was right.
I'm assuming maybe he's talking about the Leyline comment.
While you're getting your question in chat there, I'm actually going to finish the point I was making. Time Spiral blended the colors, right? Mm-hmm. You had counter spells out of blue. You had pump spells out of green. You just had all these different mechanics, keywords on creatures that didn't belong in the right colors. A lot of people considered it a bit of a mistake on Magic's part, but it did add some interesting thing and create a lot of staples that you've seen throughout the years of colors being able to do things that weren't typically their colors. I think the inclusion of utility mechanics in green and red, as well as graveyard play in red, is a kind of homage to that in a way, right? Mechanics outside of traditional color scheme. I mean, red's getting better at manipulating artifacts than blue.
Yeah. I was wondering if I could take Cranko 99 Mountains and play it that way.
What would you be trying to accomplish with that?
You know, one thing I guess you could do is Crinko, Valakut, and a whole bunch of go fetch the land. Go get land, put it into play. And then just all the things that bring lands into play. Just hit them like that. That'd be one way to play it.
Possible.
But to answer your question directly, no, it sounds terrible.
I mean, you can do it. I think you're going to lose, but you can do it.
So I think we're seeing a mulligan from Anthony.
Maybe looking for another God Hand. I mean, Toops is going to be on the play again. In fact, it's kind of bad. Like, Toops was not on the play last. He was on the play last time, and it didn't help him win.
Did you see that tech cut that he did?
Yep. So I see at least one Phoenix in that hand.
Oh yeah, on the right.
Yep.
Pitch that back. Oh, did he? Oh, he did his second mulligan. So he's going for the cheapest deck, and his friends don't believe he can.
Did he put?
Straight into a Faithless. And come on, put him in there. You know you want to.
I will say that Anthony has a lot of movement. We've commented on it throughout the night. He likes to do the card flicks and a lot of somewhat exaggerated movements. He's a very energetic player. Is that a Farseek? That's a Farseek.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like he's trying to ramp out here. All right. So what would be the next turn? Now,
Faithless Looting, drawing 2.
Discard 2.
Lightning Bolt.
Straight to the face.
That's a gut shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be Phoenix coming in.
7 damage. Very solid. Now this is where things start to get a little bit scary. So again, another turn 2 Phoenix from Anthony. Very consistent the way he's been piloting this deck tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive. That's just the thing. That was what I was worried about earlier. Is Toops being able to keep up with the tempo that Mono Red Phoenix is going to bring. The pressure is just high and consistent.
That's Valakut coming out.
Tapping 3.
Reclamation Sage. That's not Reclamation Sage, is it?
Want to get another land?
Locker Tribal? No.
No, not for 3.
I don't think Tubes can really afford to he shields down in a situation like this.
No, but he just doesn't have anything in the deck that's going to be able to keep it from coming over the top. That's the only real issue. Going straight into combat. He's going to bolt the bird.
Thanks. I'm really having a hard time thinking of what that spell. Geo? You can call him Geostin.
Yeah, Gio, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you have a good night's rest. Check back with us tomorrow around noon, wherever you're at. And thanks for the follow. We're going to be doing a Legacy 1K tomorrow around 12 o'clock our Central Standard Time.
Oh, yeah.
So he bolted the bird. That was probably the best thing he could have done to save some damage coming his way. But it put it back in the graveyard.
Yep. And a Prismatic Omen right now would be helped so much.
Oh. So Tubes has the land that he needs.
Kind of, actually. He doesn't have the mountains he needs.
No, but one scape shift.
True.
You could hit fit for 15 if you scape shift, putting him down to 3.
I'm not even sure what that is.
Fact. You could hit him for the lethal if he scape shifts right now because he has 2 Valor cuts. Get a third. Happen for 6. I believe scape shifts is only 4. So is this a prime time?
It's a prime time coming out.
That is a big boy.
Question is, does it check the mountains coming out?
Oh. So he pinged him for.
Question is, I don't think the damage comes out yet because he doesn't satisfy the 5 mountain condition until after they're on the field.
But Valakut sees them all come in simultaneously as the combo would hit too.
I think you have to have one more mountain than the trigger. So he would have had to have 4 mountains for that to happen. Because basically you have to hit 6 mountains for that to, like...
Yeah.
That being said, there was just a KO. That's going to be another prime time. I don't think Anthony survives this. Actually, that's a Reclamation Sage. Oh, is that an Alpine Moon?
B.
That might actually be what that is.
Oh, did he shut down? Oh, he shut down Valakut.
Yeah, I see what's going on now.
Yep, then he hit him. He Rex Saged it. Okay, now it's making sense. Yep. So he Alpine Mooned him.
Yep.
Turning off Valakut. Then he Rex Saged. Get off of it so he can hit his triggers.
Yep.
Now does he have escape shift in hand? Because that's lethal.
Actually, that's going to be 18, or yeah, that's 18 damage right there.
Yep,
that's lethal.
It is lethal.
Ooh.
Oh, good combo.
From behind, Toops comes in, just here's all my lands, here's everything else. Alpine Moon's not stopping me now.
And I think he summoners pack that
yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Summoning pack that Reclamation Sage that hit that Alpine Moon was beautiful, and just boom, I have it. Escape shift in hand.
So, Anthony's on the play this time.
Yes, he is, and that is scary.
Toops is looking at his board, his sideboard right now, like, okay, what can I do that makes me not take damage now?
You know, that is the question, though. You know, does he put in more artifact take to get rid of the Alpine Moon because he clearly sided in for it? Yeah, that was a great move for that Red Sage from the Summoner's Pact. You know, I'm not too sure what else he could try to sideboard in for it, but that he hasn't already put in.
I'm assuming he's got some graveyard hate that he put in there. I just don't know what he might have put in. Surgical Extraction, maybe.
Maybe. I don't think it's running that. if anything, it might be a relic of Progenitus.
That would work. That would definitely work.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Well, they already did it for us. I was gonna make sure that we reset the life totals, but we've already got it hard reset, and we're good to go.
The anticipation's killing me, Gray.
I know it. It's good. That was a good play.
I want to see some of these hopes and dreams crushed horribly. I mean, I want to see somebody go home a glorious victor. Is what I definitely meant to say. I definitely don't advocate for losing here at Nexus Esports.
No, but at the end of competitive play, there's winners and then there's losers.
I mean that's kind of how any competitive game has to be. To win, someone has to lose, and I wish some people would learn that lesson.
Oh yeah, sometimes you have to take a hard L. It was like my very first F&M. I went 2-2, and everyone was like, "Oh, you did good, and just in my own personal mind, I'm just like, man, I sucked tonight. But that's just the way it falls, and eventually you learn to take those L's and try to learn from them.
Yeah, and I mean this goes more than just playing Magic, ladies and gentlemen. This goes more than playing games. This is life lessons in general, right?
Pretty much so. So, Soup said looks like he's got his initial 7 out. Let's see if we get another London. Oh, Love said no, ladies and gentlemen.
I do want to point out, I think Anthony actually mulliganed 3 times last game.
He did.
Because I saw 3 cards go to the bottom of his library, and I was like, "Woo, painful."
And that probably helped Toops out a lot too, from him being able to combo off and just go crazy. Because we didn't see a Manamorphose. I think we only saw 1 Bolt, a Gut Shot. He still got a turn 2 Phoenix, but then he came close to top decking and just could not get an answer out. He got an Alpine Moon turning off Valakut, which was very good, very solid. But thankfully Toops was able to dig for the answer.
Ooh, Toops is hurting my face right now. He's flicking the edge of the card. Poor cards. I feel so bad. Oh man. So is Anthony satisfied? No.
Nope. Oh, the throwback again. That's not what you want to see from that deck. It's really harsh. I've been playtesting that thing a lot, as I've said a lot tonight over the stream. And after that second mulligan, man, it gets rough. It gets very rough. The last thing you want to see is not having lands and not having bolts and not seeing Swift Spears. It's okay not to see a Phoenix, but you need that combo. You need to be able to apply pressure whenever it happens, because Toops is going to have a slow start. He's going to want to ramp for the first 3 to 4 turns and then try to combo.
Yeah, and I really do hope that Anthony's not aiming for a God Hand here, because he doesn't need one, right?
No.
He just needs to get enough damage.
Because
Looks like he's throwing some stuff. I see a Manamorphose in hand. I think I see a Phoenix.
Turn 1 go.
Ooh.
I would have loved to see a Swift Spear there.
Or a Faithless Looting. That
Just something, yeah.
Super appropriate at that point.
Oh, we got a turn 1 play.
Relic.
Immediate. Now, I wonder if he was anticipating any of this and put any
Mortars.
Yep. Put any type of artifact tape, but of course in response he can just sack it and get rid of it, but at the same time then simultaneously dump his hand into the graveyard and stuff. And so it's all about big brain plays, and like you said, making the plays at the right time and forcing people's hand to get rid of the issues.
I think Toops, I actually almost feel like he was debating a Farseek there, but he's like, I want to keep the mana open to pop Relic of Progenitus if necessary.
So there's a Bolt.
Yep.
Tapping 2.
Light up the stage coming out.
That looks like a Lightning Bolt and a Swift Spear.
Yep. Exile a card, please. Soccer Tri-Builder, I think.
Yep. In the turn, he's going to sack it to go get a land, put it in hand.
That, or it's
Just a chump block.
he could He's gonna gut shot it.
On sacrifice. That was solid. Making him waste a spell onto a creature and that's just gonna sacrifice anyway.
Also, he took the 2 damage, I believe, from gut shot.
His life total is still at 19, so check that?
Maybe.
Yeah. So he's saying go after that turn. Let's go ahead and get rid of something else in the graveyard. Can't see what he's hitting there, but all right. So he already has Toops down to 8. Getting nasty.
Oh, definitely. It's a lot of savage damage coming out there. You know, is currently playing around that Relic of Progenitus. He's kind of worried. I mean, nothing in his graveyard is obviously a target right now. But he can't make a move until that Relic is gone.
No, but you can still top deck for a burn deck so long as Toops is still trying to ramp. He's sitting on 4 mana. He's not having that hard curve like he had last hand, last game.
Seek.
Go get it. Boom. Stomping ground?
Yeah. And I checked. So the tablet says 18. For some reason, we're seeing 19. I don't get that. But yeah, their life totals are correct out there.
Toops is at 8. It's gonna be hard to recover and hard to deal with. You know, Anthony's still sitting on 2 land. Those mulligans, you still see him flicking that.
Okay, so there's Valakut coming out, right?
3, 4 mountains.
That's Metamorphose.
2 floating. Combat. Move to combat, you lose your mana. He's taking 2. Yep, there he goes. So he's going to remove all graveyards. So he sees the Phoenix in hand, and he's hoping to get to play soon. Oh, no, that was not a Phoenix in hand. So Robert may be sitting at a better position now. Land in hand.
Got escape shift?
Oh boy. Wait. 1. That's 3. 6. 9. 12. 15. 18. Oh,
Perfect 18.
Oh boy.
Toops ends up taking it from behind.
For the win.
Oh, look at it, he just grabs it. Woo! $320 worth of cards right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a full playset of Scalding Tarn to Robert Toops. And congratulations, welcome back.
Yes, congratulations for coming back, winning such a good tournament. Great turnout today. Anthony, man, he did such a good showing. He piloted that deck well. Unfortunately, he had the London down.
Also, good consolation prize. You see that?
Yeah.
It's a box topper
That
from
is a box topper from
Ultimate
Ultimate
Masters.
Nice. So yeah, congratulations to Toops, man. My guy brought it home. Good on him. We'll be right back, and we're gonna try to get him in here for a conversation.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll be right back. And we are back with the winner of this playset series, Robert Toops. Toops?
Hey, what's going on? It's a pretty crazy day.
Yeah, right? And God, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
It is 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
Oh.
I took off half a day for work to play in this tournament, actually. Yeah, it's funny. The funny thing about this is Zach, I was building my deck last night, but I didn't notice I didn't have a fourth valid cut, so I only played with 3 today, so.
Hey, man, it works.
I guess it did, but somebody ghost quoted my valid cut, and I'm like, I only got 2 left in my deck. What do I do? Like, so I was just scared of people ghost quartering me and stuff, or crumbling me. And Phoenix right now is a hot deck, so I was playing like 3 of those the remove graveyard from play.
Oh, Relic Progenitus.
Yeah, and then I played 1 sideboard.
Yeah.
And I kind of text for a lot of aggro and red today because I figured like a lot of people would just bring any elves or humans, and then just like straight like red. I take for those 2, like really big, and then a little bit of control.
So first off, I want to talk about you.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Oh,
right?
Okay, yeah.
Like, I mean, you have been playing back in the competitive scene for a few weeks now.
Yeah, a little bit.
But your first big victory coming back.
Yeah, I played the last one and I just got top 4. I was playing humans though that day, and
I think I remember.
Yeah, so I kind of got wrecked. That I didn't even get a feature match all day. This is the only feature match I got.
Hey man,
what are you rolling the dice out there? Did I slip you like a 20 or something?
Well, first off, you could have had a feature match, but you took a tie in round 4.
Oh yeah, I did draw. I got a draw, and I was hungry. I guess Wingstop. I was hungry.
Food is a priority for a competitive Magic player. But let's talk about that match first. Let's just talk about it. Round 1.
Yeah.
Phoenix comes out strong, hits you hard. What is your thought process at that point?
Man, I was just like, I was on tilt. We both mulliganed down to 5, I think, or something like that. But I kept a hand that only had 1 land. It was 1 red, and then I had another hand with like a relic in it, but 1 red, and then all the rest of the stuff was green. And I'm like, I keep this hand for the relic, but I don't want to do it. And I have all green cards, so then I'm like mulligan down. So then I got 3 lands, and I was like, and they're all red. I'm just like, this is not good at all. Like, if I don't draw a green source, I just lose. But I don't want to go down to 4 again. So like, I was like, and I was on the play, so I figured I might draw a green source, but maybe at the time it was a bad play. But I was just so on tilt, like just mulligan down so hard. And I was like, if I go to 4, I don't know if I can do this. So
I mean, game 2, he mulliganed down to 4.
Yeah, he mulliganed down to 4 too. Yeah.
And how did that? Was that part of your right there tactical strategy going into the round 2? You saw him mulligan down to 4, and you were like, okay, he's out. He doesn't have as much gas,
yeah, but he's still fast though. And like me, I only have a few lightning bolts and just 2 board sweepers. So I was just like, okay, well, hopefully he doesn't come out really quick because I can't keep up with all the lightning bolts and stuff.
Hammy Slammy, I am currently talking to the winner of the entire thing, Robert Toops.
That's me, Robert Toops. What's up?
Yep. So, that bolt was super clutch coming through, burning out the Phoenix. He couldn't get it back out.
I was hoping to draw a relic and kind of in his graveyard, but, it was okay. I just soaked up 3 damage,
I think it's because he started with so little gas that he couldn't get back.
But he still had an Alpine Moon, though. Let's talk about that. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Alpine Moon. When I saw him play, I was like, "Oh God!" And I was like, I did cite in my that chick.
Yep, Reclamation Sage.
Yeah, Reclamation Sage. So then I was like, okay, I got the Titan, I got the Summoners Pack. I'm just gonna play the Titan and have him go and me look sad, because of Alpine Moon, he's still safe. But then the Reclamation Sage, I was going to use it next turn and just try and win that turn.
We actually weren't really sure if that was Alpine Moon when we saw it, and then we saw it, and it was like, oh, okay.
It was an Alpine Moon. He goes, I go, what'd you call it? He goes, I said Valakut. I was like, okay. I just want to make sure you said it right. I just want to make sure you said that right card.
Oh, we're going to get that, huh?
Yeah, I was just playing with him. He's a funny guy. He was cool.
Yeah. Anthony was a younger player, and he's really well done for a younger player.
Yeah, he's good. We were playing. He's really fast and quick, and he's a good player. He would take my life down before I could, because I do it on my paper and then I do it over there on that. But he's he already had it done before I could. I was like, okay.
His energy level was up there, man.
He's very energetic. I wish I had a little bit of that.
Like at 2:00 in the morning, how are you still awake?
He's like, I'm kind of tired. I'm like, you want to split? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess you don't want to split. And then he's like, I go, I guess you're not that tired. He goes, I was lying. I'm not tired. Let's play. And I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, whatever. So we started playing. But yeah,
I actually don't like the split. I like it when we have a grand champion.
Yeah, it's good. It's good too. But we were at game 3, and I'm just gonna be like, hey, it's late. You want to try and split? But I always try and I don't know. I've always been trying to split my whole life. Just I don't mind sometimes going to win it. I try to do a little logic behind it. But game 3 was pretty good though. He mulliganed down 2, mulliganed down pretty far, and then I was able to come back and kind of win. So he went down pretty low. But that deck's really hard to beat though.
Oh no, Phoenix is very strong. Whether it's mono red or the Izzet, I feel like the Izzet's a little bit more versatile, and the mono red's a little faster.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
Izzet's more versatile. I do like Izzet a lot. But sometimes the way he was playing, he's definitely like really good at aggro. Like you can tell, like the way he's very good at calculating everything and like shooting me down. He's on top of it. So I think he's great with aggro. I like him like that. Like he's just that. It just depends on your playstyle. I would be more controlish, like a little bit of control. So
All right. So let's actually rewind a little bit. Talk about just the tournament at large, right? Can you go over some highlights that we obviously didn't get to see on screen?
let me see. I was playing against a guy who was playing the Titan with the oh my god, the Titan with gives him double strike and bounce. The Amulet Titan.
Amulet Titan.
That's not a great matchup. So like he kind of molded down a little bit, and then he was playing really slow, and he had to play.
Was it Aaron you were playing against, or was it Brendan?
Was it Brendan? It might have been Brendan. So we're playing, and he kind of bounces a land, and I'm like, I got my Secure Tri-Boater. I'm like, and I have no land destruction hand, but I started in like some crumbles, and I got moss, acid moss, you know that one that destroys land. Go search out a land card. So I'm like, actually, I could sack my Secure Tri-Boater now. Maybe I'll top deck one of those because I have 4 in there. So I'm like, so then I sack it, and then I go search out a green land, and then I draw it, and then I kill his land. So he has a Sanctum. That's all he had was the bounce land, the double at 2. So he was like completely behind. I went and got another land, and then next turn I played a Titan, and they just killed him. It was insane. I was just like, oh, what a top deck. I was like, but it was like, I was thinking about, I was like, I could draw this card and this would be the best play ever if I sack the Secure Tri-Boater now. Like, because I wanted to hit him to 2 and get him down to 18. You know, I kind of want to get 18, so you go to 7 and you go Scape Shift and you win. But he wasn't going down low because he has Gemstone Mines. He's not losing any life really. Anything. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just wait. But I was like, no, I feel like I'm going to draw a Destroy land card. So then I sacked it and then I drew one and killed his land and he couldn't come back.
It's one of those you gotta believe moments.
It's like a gut feeling. Sometimes you get it. You're like, oh yeah,
the stars are lining up.
Like Nassif when he was like in top 8 playing. He's like, I need one card, and he draws and he goes. He doesn't look at it. He sets it down. He goes, let me get my Coral Ultimatum mana ready, and then he flips it into Coral Ultimatum. It's like
I remember that play actually.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. That's like the feeling I had right at the end there. I was like so happy. That was cool. I played against a lot of red, some red decks. They were pretty good. I played against a guy who got rid of most of my Valakuts, but I drew 3 Baloths against red. So I go Baloth turn 3, Baloth turn 4, Baloth turn 5. So then I just killed him with Baloths.
Oof.
And it was pretty funny.
So let me get your opinions on some of us. We've talked on this particular stream about the how to put this, the versatility of green and red coming into play with some of the stuff that's been coming out. Things like Cindervine, things like the new Planeswalker that came out. You're seeing almost control mechanics coming out of red and green. What's your opinion on that?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I freaked out when I saw Scape Shift in Standard. Like they said, Bant Scape Shift. And I'm trying to look at that and see what's going on. Like I'm not with. I did see that one card. What's that 2-drop that says get a land from your graveyard and put it in the, called 2-drop Planeswalker.
Yeah.
I've seen all that playing Legacy.
Wow.
Yeah, so like people are talking. I really haven't been keeping up with, and like there's like a few things that I really don't know. But like tomorrow I know I'm gonna play Legacy, so I'll be here tomorrow again playing Legacy. So I mean I've been working so much, but I love Modern. Modern's one of my favorite formats. That's when I was around playing most of the time. So like I love playing it. So Zach usually just hands me a deck and says play this, and I just play it.
Without ruining anything, without bringing into the surprise, you got any some cool stuff coming tomorrow?
Yeah, it should be some good stuff. I got my friend Song from Austin kind of bringing me a deck, so that should be really fun. It's definitely not. It's not like control at all. It's either like I'm in it to win it or not, or just like it's some combo. A little bit of might get a little stormy tomorrow. Yeah.
This is I think the first major event we've had with the London Mulligan straight out.
Yeah.
How do you think that has treated?
That Mulligan is awesome. Like, cause I think it's sick. I love it. You get to look at your hand and like just be like, okay, this is I don't need this really, but and then you can like toss another card back. I don't really need this either. But I got this like hand. I got my lands I need and stuff. It kind of helps you out a lot. I actually like it. I like the Mulligan a lot. I think it's really good for combo too.
Do you think it's unbalanced combo at all?
I think it helps it a little bit.
You think combo was kind of in the gutter?
I feel like it helps combo a lot rather than like most other decks. I think it's really good. It's good for everyone, but it gives combo just a little bit more of a push. But if you mulligan down again, like it really doesn't help out as much. You can keep a few cards
unless you have a combo that you literally just need.
Yeah.
Which I kind of felt like Anthony was going for there with the deep mulligans. He's like, I need these 4 cards.
Yeah, he's trying to come in quick, and I was scared of Phoenixes and stuff. Phoenix is like, I net decked this off of a tournament, and the guy lost the deck that won was Phoenix. So like, I mean, I net decked everything except for the freaking other Valakut. I was missing one Valakut. I played a Mountain instead.
You know what though? Revenge, right?
I guess so. Yeah. So
another place, another time. Valakut takes it.
Yeah.
So Robert Toops, again, congratulations on taking it, walking away with the grand prize, and we hope to see you tomorrow at the 1K.
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow at the 1K, ready to play. So you better give me a little airtime too.
I'll try to get you on.
All right. Thanks,
This has been Robert Toots, and here at Nexus Esports, located in the corner of 6th and Columbus in historic downtown Waco. I have been your primary caster, Edward Teague, and of course my various co-hosts and guests, Patrick Cosgrove, Raymond Miller, and of course special guest Israel. Thank you for tuning in all night.
Can I say one thing before? I'm looking for another 4th Valakut. If anybody has one, let me know. I'm looking for a 4th Valakut, so just let me know.
All hands bulletin, all hands bulletin. We need a Valakut on deck stat.
On deck, yeah.
Come back with us tomorrow, and we will be back for the Legacy 1K tournament. Until then, sleep tight, dream easy, and come back fresh tomorrow.
Bye.